her, and whose only real crime was being a bit too forwards. Now, take a moment to think about this for what it really is, a logical building block of a larger story. Think about how much more impactful this might have been if it had happened earlier in the episode, before Jen's transformation. Imagine she was making her way home after a shitty day at the office, like, for example, getting passed over for a big court case, only to run into some drunken assholes who start harassing her. At first she tries to ignore them, then she politely declines their advances, but still they keep it up, getting more surly and abusive as the scene continues. We get to see and feel her growing panic and anger, and how hard she has to struggle to keep from losing her temper. And by the time they finally get bored and leave her alone, she's exhausted and upset from the ordeal. Think how much more we would empathise with her then, and how much more impact that big emotional payoff at the end of the episode would have had. But nah, the writers didn't want to do that. They wanted to do an easy, breezy comedy where problems get resolved almost as quickly as they appear, and the main character just kind of bounces from one win to the next. They wanted the female power fantasy of standing up to male bullies, of being the bigger, stronger one for a change, of putting men in their place. They wanted to feel vindicated, validated and strong in a way they never had before. Yet again, they sacrificed long-term story payoffs for the quick dopamine hit of an easy win. The last point I wanted to touch on was the training sequence between Jen and Bruce. Having prevented her from killing a bunch of innocent civilians, Bruce takes her away to his beachside retreat so he can train her to control her Hulk powers. Which makes sense considering an out-of-control Hulk can basically decimate entire cities. Now, you might think this sequence would open up some interesting possibilities for their relationship. After all, Bruce has gone through a lot of shit because of the Hulk. This is a man with 15 years of tragedy, loss, disaster and destruction behind him. A lot of painful lessons that he can share with his cousin to help her avoid the same mistakes. He's the experienced mentor and she's the naive pupil taking her first steps down a whole new path. Instead, what we get are some quippy jokes that mock the Hulk and everything Bruce has gone through, and a montage whose only purpose is to show that Jen is apparently better than Bruce in every way. She immediately excels in almost every activity, is Bruce's equal or even his better in every competitive event, and on the one occasion where he demonstrates superior strength, she openly mocks him for being goaded into showing off. It's just that toxic male pride talking, I guess. Which is really weird because she's literally mocking him for being stronger than her, when she was literally celebrating for being stronger than him seconds earlier. I guess it's okay when women do it. Actually, now that I think about it, that should pretty much be the slogan for the MCU at this point. But more importantly, it yet again blows another perfect chance to have some kind of meaningful character development between the two of them. Bruce has got nothing to teach her, no